Hey folks, welcome to Roll of Law. So I have a bit of an update in the Win Gimlet Silver contest, which is that Gimlet Silver has been won. Congratulations to Marmar, who successfully solved the puzzle. And I had some people say, when this is done, could you do a video explaining sort of some of the hints, some of the clues? How could we have solved this? So that's what this video is about. The first thing is that Gimlet Silver, to solve this successfully, you needed to figure out a 20-digit code, which of course you're not going to be doing by just guessing. The odds against it would be astronomical. But each hint allows for the narrowing of the field until eventually there was just one correct guess. So the first hint was actually in the nature of the prize itself, because I was giving away 10 silver coins, 1-ounce silver maples. And the next video was about calendars, and I noted that the video itself was a hint. Now, the reason why that is a hint is because each of the silver coins, you may not be able to read this, I'm not sure, but it has a date printed on it. This one was made in 2008. And so the way I got the 20-digit code was actually by taking the 10 coins, shuffling them into a sort of random order, and using the last 2 digits of the year. Now, I want to give a little thank you here to Beck's Gold here in Edmonton. They're not a sponsor or anything like that. I paid full price for it, but they did put up with my unusual request for, can I get a bunch of silver maples with sort of a variety of years? A lot of places weren't sort of able or willing to do that. They wanted to give me sort of all 1 year, so I really appreciated that. But yes, this dramatically narrows. If you figured this out, it really narrows the sphere because, for instance, you're not going to see a 3 as a start for any of the sort of 10 pairs of numbers. Similarly, you're just not going to see, or there's going to be things that'll be more likely versus less. So that was our first hint, and I think it was a pretty big hint. Okay, now let's go through some of the hints that I put in a previous video as sort of a roundup of hints. And so the first one is this. Okay, so what does that unusual pattern mean? Well, it starts off with an equals because I had to start it off with something, but each symbol after that indicates whether it is higher or lower than the number that immediately preceded it. So basically, did this go up or down from the previous number? This also narrows the sphere, and equals, of course, means that it's the same as the number just before it. So I thought this was a pretty useful hint. Of course, you're not going to be able to get that with just those 2 hints, but there were more as we go. So let's look at the next one. Okay, so this one shows the sum of squares is 668, and you might be saying, what is the sum of squares? Well, if you take each digit of this combination and you multiply it by itself, so 0 is still 0, 1 is still 1, but 2 becomes 4, 3 becomes 9, and so forth and so forth and so forth, then you add all of those up, then you get 668, which is a good way of sort of being able to check things. It again eliminates a tremendous amount of the variability here. Now, of course, a lot of math required, but that's kind of the nature of a numbers puzzle. Okay, let's look at the next hint. All right, Wayne Gretzky, number 99. That just indicates that one of the coins had a 99 in it. Fairly straightforward. So this hint, you can see it said Hades 2 announcement, number 6. This kind of had 2 elements. One, the Hades 2 announcement was released in 2022. So that gets us a 2-2 in our code, but it also says number 6, and that's because the 22 is coin number 6. So this was a fairly big hint, and there's another one just like it that followed. This hint works the same way as the last one, in that coin number 3 was from the year that Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade came out, which was 1989. So let's look at our next hint. So that pattern of letters is actually just, I took each digit and swapped it for a random letter, but I kept it consistent. So basically it was telling you some of these are the same, some of these are different, and that was enough. those hints, there might be other hints that I haven't sort of considered that were used for it, but that once that one went out, I got the correct submission and the coins were won. So that contest is over. It's done. I can finally get these things out of my house, which is a good thing. I'm also going to be sending along a little coin pouch, although probably not this one. This one got a little water damaged, but a similar design to this. Although it'll be up to the recipient as to whether they want to keep them in sort of the bags and so forth that they came in, or put them in the coin pouch. I suspect they're probably going to get sold, but that's perfectly fine. The pouch itself is just, hey, here's a little sort of handmade leather keepsake, which will of course come with my maker's mark on it. So anyway, I thought this was a bit of a fun contest. I may have made it too difficult, but you live and you learn. And anyway, hopefully people enjoyed that, the people who are trying for it. I'm going to have more videos sort of coming out soon, so stay tuned. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.